Good morning, guys. It's December 17th. We're back at it again today. Take you on another day of spraying. Yesterday I did 18 different properties in the same subdivision. Wasn't as many as I'd like to, but it was a good day. Today I'm going to shoot for two different subdivisions within about a mile of each other, and I think I have 24 stops today, and several of those have added our winterizer fertilizer add-on, so you know, it'll be a pretty rushed day to get those done. Mixing up, getting ready to get out of the shop and get going. One of the improvements we're going to make next year is currently we're filling our tank with just a regular garden hose, and it's pretty time consuming. It takes about 30 minutes or so to fill a tank up. Next year I'm going to use 500-gallon storage tank that I have, that I purchased a couple years ago. I'm going to use that and plumb it with like an inch or maybe inch and a half or 2-inch hose, you know, whatever I get on there, and use that to fill my tank. And you know, that should be able to fill this tank up in just a few minutes, so that'll make it a lot more productive getting in and out of the shop. But I'm going to get this mixed up, get my filter cleaned out, and get everything ready to go, and I'll see you on the first stop. Okay, so that yard took about 9 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the last of the ones in this neighborhood. Like I said, it's looking like it'll take me 2 hours or less to finish, you know, the 8 properties in this neighborhood. And then when we go to the next neighborhood, I'll kind of show you what that looks like. I'll be untwisting my hose as I go. I definitely love having an electric reel to reel the hose back in. I know some guys talk about having just a hand crank reel, and I can't imagine doing that on every line. It'd be so inefficient and just a lot of work. It's unnecessary. Oh, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put the sign here so I don't have to walk a mile back over here. Take my picture. This one. Yeah. So this is a newer subdivision. We started working in here last year, and we have, I believe, 8 customers for spraying. So I should be able to knock these 8 out in, you know, probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 at the most. And then I'm going to move into one of our more established neighborhoods where we have about 20 or so that we've been working in there for a couple years. Seems like every house the last couple of days has had a car in the driveway or some obstruction where I couldn't do the whole house without moving the van. That happens. It just adds a couple of minutes to each treatment, having to move the van and reel your hose back in twice. That's it. Hey guys, so just finished up Stopped a little bit early today. I got 21 of the 24 properties done. I was going to get the last 3, but you know, it's towards the end of the day, and we've got to come back by here anyways on some of our other routes. If this route was out of the way and there was nothing else close to it, I'd go ahead and finish it out, but there's no need to an extra hour and a half to finish those up. But it was a good day. I did 21 properties in about 7.5 hours. 6 of those also added the fertilizer, the winter fertilizer upsell. So really, you know, basically did 27 applications, probably 1,400 plus in production in 7.5 hours, which is good, which is really good. I've told you before, you know, we've really focused on upsells this year. Upsells have been a huge thing, not only with our weed control and fertilization, but our other services. And it really adds to your bottom line. Basically how our upsells work is basic program includes 7 treatments a year, and about 5 of those treatments we offer an upsell and you know, an additional treatment that we can do. And those treatments we charge the same amount as their regular treatment, so it's just a double. You know, if they're paying $50, then you know, it's an extra $50 for that upsell. So you basically get 2 applications at the same time, and you get to combine the you know, there's no extra travel time, you're already there, and it just really helps to add to the bottom line. You know, for example, in the spring we would do grub control. That would be an upsell. You know, in the late summer we do armyworm prevention, which you know, a lot of you guys in the country, that's a regular thing for us, but you know, a lot of guys in the country know what armyworms are now because it was a huge problem in most of the country. Ironically, here it wasn't bad at all. Last year was really bad. But you know, really focus on your upsells, trying to add more value for your customers, and doing things like that. But if you're starting out, or you know, you're just mowing, you know, that might sound like a lot of production, and it is. I don't want you to get excited and think that you're just going to go out and do that unless you have an existing large customer base or something like that. It's taken us, you know, 3 years spending tens of thousands of dollars in marketing to get to the, you know, couple hundred customers we have, which is, like I said, that's about half, you know, maybe 1 to 2 days a week of actual treating lawns. We would need, you know, probably 500 or 600 to have a full-time technician just for that. But you know, like for example, we'll probably spend 30,000 plus this year just on marketing, and that's not, you know, that's for all of our services, but you know, a lot of that is for weed control and fertilization. But it is a good business, it is a good service to add to your business, but just understand that it's going to be a slow and long process, most likely, to build that up, and it's going to be a big learning curve for you. So you know, don't think that you're just going to go out, you know, within a year you're going to have a, you know, a huge weed control and fertilization business. You know, that's kind of my take on it. I'm heading back to the shop. I'm going to clean out my fertilizer spreader, get everything put away, clean out my van, and you know, call it a week. And next week we'll be back. We just Kevin did our final bed maintenance visits. We do monthly bed maintenance this year for customers that choose that service. He finished up the last ones this week. I believe he might have one more next week. We still probably have about 125 customers to treat the lawns for. So we'll be working next week before Christmas. Not a big urgency. We'll probably take off, you know, 3 or 4 days before Christmas, and then finish everything else out the last week of December. I've been trying, very focused on making our business more year-round these last few years, and it's been successful, because that first year or two in business, you know, I had probably 3-4 months where I did nothing, and it was very stressful and there was no money coming in. But we've continued to add, you know, to try to add services and offer things that we can do in the off season, like Christmas lights, weed control and fertilization, which is year-round in our area, you know, things like that. And it's really shortened our off season to maybe 6 weeks or 2 months. So you know, things are getting better. Each year we're getting busier and busier, and there's less and less off season, and that's what we're going to continue to work on, because it's key to keeping employees, is being able to let them know that they have the security to be able to work over, you know, all year. And I've learned that, you know, we pay very well, and it doesn't, you know, I've learned for most people, it doesn't matter if you're paying $40 an hour to mow grass. If they can't see how they're going to pay their bills for 6 weeks or 2 months out of the year, that's a deal breaker for them. It's just stressful for them. They don't see how they can do it. So a lot of my attention this winter will be in coming up with a pay system that will allow them to get paid during the winter. And that's a big goal of mine this year, so that when we go to hire next year, we can tell people, potential candidates, that they're, you know, they're going to be paid during the off season. So because I understand that's a big thing, and you know, it's very difficult and very frustrating to spend a whole season training someone to get them fast and efficient, to get them profitable, and then when the off season comes, they go find a job because you're not able to keep them busy. And that's, you know, that's my fault as a business owner. That's our you know, one of the downsides of this type of work. But next year my big goal is to find a way around that and take that issue away. But I appreciate you watching. I hope you're getting some value from this, and you know, hope it helps your business, maybe gives you some ideas. And I'd love your ideas. If you could have ideas to help me out, I would appreciate you leaving them in the comments. But thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.